Educate for Life World Meeting.
For this conference is Connecting Through Storytelling in the Páramos.
We're actually presenting two projects. We're presenting a project called Páramos and a project called Páramos. They're both research projects, and they have been going now for 3 years. So we're now in our final year of the research project.
So we had a group of young correspondents and a group of mature correspondents. So the young correspondents actually were trained previously by one of our colleagues how to conduct interviews. So during the pandemic, I believe a lot of interviews were done via like WhatsApp interviews. And then those interviews were conducted with people in the community, people that they know, friends of friends, and asking them what the community's relationship, what the individual's relationship is with the Páramos. So once these interviews, some of them usually were just a couple minutes, some a little bit longer, were collected, they were sent to us. We had a database, and then Alma and I looked through this information that was shared with us. So these were the young correspondents that did this work. And then we also had a group of mature correspondents who have more experience in the profession conducting workshops, getting interviews. So Alma worked closely with these group of mature correspondents to look at different areas where these workshops could be conducted in the communities. Some of them have taken place and some of them are continuing to happen. So that's how we are collecting our stories, and then we're looking at themes that pop out in these stories. And so all this information we're collecting, and then we're sharing with our team, which is comprised of scientists for the most part. And I'll let Alma continue.
So this collection of stories, like Angela mentioned, they are part of the collaborative research that's being done by the scientists and the investigators on the ground in Colombia. The Páramos project is particularly looking at water and water management, and having a kind of looking at ways forward of how the Páramos manage water. So the stories hopefully reflect the people living in those areas and how they live together in relationship to water. And we kind of look at the values between the stories and the investigative data. So how do the cultural value of the community helps the value of the scientist research? And that's what our presentation is going to be about, is how does digital storytelling enables research to be more community-based focus and has a little bit more of addition to just basic scientific research. The Páramos project is looking more at soil and things that are around the terrain that the Páramos have, so whether it's animals, insects, and so forth. So equally, we're looking at stories around that and how the communities live in that area within the Páramo region in Boyacá specifically, and around the region of Chingaza. So like Angela mentioned, the storytelling team of correspondents we have there have been fantastic during this past year in gathering over 400 stories for us so far, from different community leaders, people from the different parts of where they live, around Boyacá region, and also the veredas. So it's a real mix of voices that we're hearing from the stories. And we hope that those stories then are collated, like Angela mentioned, in a way that our scientists can use it, but also they are shared to the public. So we want the stories to be shared in a memory bank that Angela's doing a great job in collating as a content collector of the stories and enabling us to share that with everybody worldwide. I think we're in a really privileged position to be able to listen to those stories. I know Angela and I have had great joy listening to some stories of Colombia and learning a lot as well from our region that I'm not formally aware of. So this is a great way to learn not only from from like I mentioned, the scientific research, but also people who live in those areas. And I think it's important to have their voices heard. And I think this way their stories have a real great platform, and will live on, because hopefully people will remember those and continue telling those stories.